As a peak performance coach, I've watched with great enthusiasm the growing emphasis on mind game training in athletics during the past decade. It's a big part of the reason that in golf, we hear so often that it's a mental game, a description of the way the mind contributes to performance that has now been extended to include literally every sport. Indeed, our ability to concentrate, focus, and make solid strategic decisions, what I think of as mental processing qualities, has an immediate impact on every shot we are about to see. What is often missing from this account, however, or should I more accurately say that what often gets lumped together under the mental umbrella, is the energy of emotion. We tend to overlook how the internal qualities, such as attitude and mood, affect total performance as our shots come into play. Having coached the mind game for nearly 2 decades, I've seen it happen far too often. Top-level athletes with unlimited potential who sabotage performance time and again. It's not that the bodies of these physically gifted athletes can't move with incredible precision. It's also not that a lot of poor strategic decisions are made. Whenever performance does break down, it's most often because emotions are well off track. The body locks up with tension and resistance. Actually, it must. The mind, too, freezes whenever we are under the influence of a meltdown that is the only possible byproduct of a bad attitude and mood. Let's think of it this way. Our mood tells it all. For example, think of the last time you were feeling really upset, as in really, really upset. It might have been in the middle of a heated argument. It might have been from road rage or when someone cut in line in front of you in a store. It might have even been following a bad golf shot, and that should sound very familiar. Now, from a peak performance standpoint, it doesn't matter the cause for the upset or the reasons why. Energetically, you were off in the weeds, and it wasn't until you were able to calm down and regain your emotional composure that both mind and body began to optimize and start working in your favor again. So how does this process work? Well, my coaching style in golf has always surrounded working on improvement in 3 fundamental areas. The mental part of the game, which surrounds thinking, analysis, and strategy. Then there's the physical game, which, as it would seem, surrounds swing and how the body and club move. And finally, emotional. Our feelings, our attitudes, and mood, which I believe is the most important component there is. Let me explain why. The emotional space that we're in before every shot sets the tone for how we think mentally and how the body is about to move. Happy mood, solid mental strategy, and a swing that can move with precision, rhythm, tempo, and ease. Bad mood, poor decisions, and a body that locks up from the resistance that is the only possible consequence of a tense and unhappy mind. You see, it's my firm belief that emotional mastery will become the next frontier for the development of elite athletes in every sport. And this is the hallmark of what we share through peak performance mind coaching. Technical instruction has never been better. Equipment more advanced, and bodies more fit. Yet there seems to be something missing from our games, and that something is emotion. And it requires an uncompromised decision to bring with us a fully empowered us to the course every time we practice, play, and compete. And so just how do we start to play the emotional game? Well, the answer to that is actually quite simple. We have to commit to playing at golf with a very strong and stable mind. For without a strong desire to optimize our emotions, we simply cannot optimize the mind. And then, without an optimized mind, we become a shadow of who we could have been. As we commit to the inner work, channeled and purposeful emotion transforms ordinary into exceptional. We take a mental, thought-driven process, add to it a body that moves powerfully, and blend these two forces with an emotional component where we feel that our crowning achievements have already arrived. We no longer need proof to feel empowered and on track. We feel empowered in spite of golf, not because of it. It's then that performance improves exponentially and rises to the vision we've finally begun to create through the intimate connection between body and mind.